while, it it want it it wants me to start over. They're making it more complicated, or I'm just getting old. All right, let's look at the playlist. On the way home. No, that's not it. This is day 8, isn't it? There we go. There we are.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
And
Here's how I keep
I'm
track
take
of all my
this time.
tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get
Save
done
it
in a list
on a
view.
playlist.
Next, I set a priority and a due
On the
date
way home.
to keep things on
There
track.
we go.
I create custom statuses to organize my progress exactly.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to On the Way Home Live. The diary trip from South Dakota to Mansfield, Missouri in 1894, and the rain stopped, so we're going to get more muggy weather. Isn't that fun? Hi, Linda Bob. All right, let's put this on live chat. Okay. I need my glass of water. I'll be right back. You guys watch your commercials. Let them play. I'll be right back. Please and thank you. Oh, my cold is getting better. But it's taking everything I have just to partially function right now. Oh. All right, day 8. August 18th. Started at 7 this morning. Went through Goodrich and came to Parker at noon. They are both small places, and the country around them is not as good as we have been seeing. The people say they never have the rain here that others get farther north. Camped by Big Sugar Creek, up on its high bank in the woods beside the road. That's just from going in the kitchen and getting my ice water. I've got a double fan there, a fan there, and a fan there. August 19th. Mr. Cooley's stove had worked loose. He and Manley had to fix it so it will ride. Mrs. Cooley and I and the children went down to the creek and found some mussels and some clamshells. I don't know if they eat them, if they're eating the fresh or they're just doing it for the shells. A woman and 2 children came to see us. They come from Missouri and they're camping nearby on their way to Nebraska. August 20th. Well, Howie's actually saying I should have dinner in the motorhome. We should have dinner in the motorhome tonight so I could get some air conditioning, but I just can't. I can't. August 20th. Got a good start at 7:30, but the roads are awfully stony. Crops are poor. Everyone tells us they never get rain when they need it. Sorry, it was a yawn. Went through Wall Street. It is nothing but a little country store. At noon, we came to Mound City, which is quite a city. We bought bread and an 8-cent pie and 2 cents worth of tomatoes. Tomatoes were 30 cents a bushel. If I could get tomatoes at $30 a bushel, I'd be doing something nowadays. We stopped to eat dinner in the shade of a tree beside the road. 3 immigrant wagons passed us while we were eating. 2 were going to Missouri and 1 coming back. This afternoon we saw 3 more, one going to Missouri, one coming back. Manly did not ask the other. Water has been scarce all day, and what little we found tasted so bad we could not get a good drink. It is clear and clean, but it feels slick and tastes bitter. It spoils the taste of the tea. Sorry. The horses have to be very thirsty to take it. Camp beside the road on the prairie. Bought a little hay and could get only a little water. Looks like rain. August 21st. It rained hard. God, please let it rain hard. It rained hard most of the night and was still pouring down when the time came to get up. Manly put on his rubber coat, started the fire, and put water on to heat. Then fed our horses. By the time the rain was no more than a drizzle, so I got out and made breakfast. We ate in the wagon out of the wet. Roads are muddy, but sky is clear overhead. We went through Prescott, only a little station. Met a family of immigrants who have spent the last 2 months traveling in southwest Missouri. They do not like it at all down there, the man said. Right there is the place to go if a man wants to bury himself from the world and live on hoe cake and clabber. And the woman agreed with him. You know what hoe cakes are, eh? Raise your hand if you don't know what a hoe cake is. We passed another covered wagon stopped by the road, and those folks are on their way to Missouri. The whole country is just full of immigrants going and coming. Fort Scott seemed to be crowded with them. We reached Fort Scott at 6 o'clock, and a man there said 15 immigrant wagons went along the street yesterday. Hoe cakes is like when you're making cornbread, and you have like the corn cakes that you put in the Dutch oven in the fire. But if you have leftover, you can save it for the next day, and you would take it out to the field with you when you had a fire. You would actually put your hoe in the fire and get it red hot, and you would cook your hoe cake on it. That's why it's called a hoe cake. Clabber is just the last thing in the pot. Okay. Fort Scott is a bower of trees. The houses look clean and contented. The business buildings are handsome. The country around Fort Scott looks like it might be a very good country. Crops are good, and where there are any, but there is lots of idle land, and many places are gone back. It seems that the people are shiftless, but you never can tell. A man said this country is worthless, and when Manly said that it looked to him like good land, he said, "Oh yes, the land will raise anything that's planted, but if you can't sell what you raise for enough to pay back the cost of raising it, what's the land worth?" Coal is lying on top of the ground and cropping out of every bank. At the coal mines, or coal banks, they call them, the coal is worth $5 a bushel. Remember when the guys were digging it out of the ground farther back, and they were selling it $1.25 a ton? We received 3 letters at Fort Scott, 2 from home, a little way south of the city. We camped beside the road. August 22nd. A good start at 7:15 this morning. We are driving through pretty country. Crops look good. Oats are running 30 to 60 bushels to the acre. Wheat 10 to 30. All the wood you want can be had for the hauling, and coal is delivered to the house for $1.25 a ton. Land is worth from $10 an acre up. Unimproved, and $15 to $25 when well improved. 12 miles from Fort Scott. At exactly 2:24 3/4 p.m., we crossed the line into Missouri, and the very first cornfield we saw beat even those Kansas cornfields. We met 7 immigrant wagons leaving Missouri. One family had a red bird. A mockingbird and a lot of canaries in cages hung under the canvas in the wagon with them. We had quite a chat and heard the mockingbird sing. We camped by a house in the woods. August 23rd. Started out at 7:30. The country looks nice that morning. At 9:35 we came to Predo, a little town on the side of the railroad tracks, and just across the tracks on the other side is the town of Liberal. A man in Predo told us that one of the finest countries in the world will be around Mansfield. In the late afternoon, we went through Lamar, the nicest small city we have seen. No picture. The 2,860 inhabitants. It's all so clean and fresh, and all the street set out to shade trees. We camped among the oak trees, not far from a camp of immigrants from Kentucky. Beautiful, sturdy oak trees on both sides of the road. If you ever raise pigs and you have oak trees around, you give them the falling leaves and the acorns together. With their feed, it actually helps flavor the meat. On the road, August 24th. On the road, bright and early, 7:20. Weather cool and cloudy. Looks like rain. Went through the Canova in the morning. It is a little place. At noon, we were going through Golden City, a nicer little place. The country looks good, but judging from the weeds in the gardens and the fields, the people are shiftless. This is a land of many springs and clear brooks. It's going to have to be the last one here. This is a land of many springs and clear brooks. Some of the earth is yellow and some is red. The road is stony often. Went through another little town, Lockwood, at 4 o'clock and camped by a swift-running little creek of the clearest water. It was most delicious water to drink cold with a cool, snappy flavor. Sounds like my well water. Except in the towns, we have seen only one schoolhouse so far in Missouri. We drove in the rain this afternoon for the first time since we left Dakota. It was a good, steady, pouring rain, but we kept dry in the wagon, and the rain stopped before camping time. Thanks for joining me. We've got a few more pages before we get into where Mother's Record ends and Rose Island. Rose Wilder Lane. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And hopefully we can read tomorrow. All right? I love you.